what we're doing today is we're feeding some starving bees. So a little while ago, I did a wellness check on the bees and realized that they actually shrunk in size. So their comb had been retreating. There was no honey to be found. We actually did a little bit of online research and realized that's not all that uncommon this year. A few other beekeepers said the same thing. I guess our weird weather might have had an effect on pollen. So what we're actually doing is we're feeding the bees a water solution, a water sugar solution, a 2-to-1, and it just provides them some supplemental.
Food.
Yeah, I was gonna say nourishment, but it's not. It's kind of the junk food for bees, but it's what we got for now. So what I'm doing, and Jessica can probably come over because there's no bees here for some reason. I mean, all part of the problem is I'm actually just putting this all the way down in there. What I would normally do is I would put this on the opposite side of the separation wall, pull that out, and then they would go through. But where they're in such a hard shape, I want them to have access to it. This is the second one of these I've put in. They ate the other one completely. So now we're going to, so if you see in here, we have some, this is some sad comb. We have tons of comb. They were building, they were expanding quick, and then they stopped completely. So in here, you notice, I mean, they built it in an awkward way that it's really hard to open up.
Oh, I see some little bees in
But,
here now.
so I don't know if the queen's still around. I really don't know what the deal is. But what I do know is that there is a serious lack of honey in that comb. So we will do the observation window.
Oh, the bees!
Okay, so there are still some bees in there. As you can see, they retreated to the inside though, right? Like the inside combs. They're not pushing out, they're going in. I have a feeling it's a sign of a very weak hive. I don't know if there's a queen in there or not. I imagine there is
because they're here.
Yeah, and there's still some bees. Well, hopefully with food, they can come around. And we can, I mean, all we can do is feed them and hope, right? They're still here, they haven't left. They didn't split or swarm.
Well, isn't it like this time of year they really decrease the number of bees in a hive
Yeah,
for
but
winter?
this time of year, they're supposed to have their storage for the year. Their honey storage in their comb, and they have no honey at all. So, I mean, I don't know what their prospects are at looking like they look. Any experienced beekeepers that are watching, have you seen this type of retreat? Have you seen it where, you know, they were building out here, they were aggressively building, and now they're slowly working their way back? Is that just a sign of a hive doomed? No queen? Like, why are, this has been this way for a few weeks. Why are they still fighting but not expanding? Why are they in this weird limbo of existing but not thriving? Do you know what I mean?
They're moving slower.
Yeah, well, it's a little colder than it used to be. But I see very little honey. I mean, there's probably some honey. Obviously, they're not all dead.
There.
So what we can hope for is that they find this little honey supply. I mean, they're going to find it because it's there. And I'm hoping that it'll give them what they need to continue on. You know, do what we can do. Well, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep on fighting the good fight. We're going to feed them as long as they're here to feed. We're never going to give up on them. And just hope that somehow they make a recovery. Now, this is the end of season, so without flowers and that, I mean, we can keep feeding them and hope that we can get them some good stuff at the, you know, the bee store. They have like real stuff, real food. Still though, that's all supplemental, right? But anyway, it can't hurt.
Yep.
They have that. So I'll be checking to make sure they're actually eating it and going from there. These hives are always tricky because most of the products that you see, the feeders that go in the hive doors and all that, those are all designed for the other types of hive. Things aren't really built with this hive in mind. So we'll try to find what we can and to keep this thing going. But if anybody who's watching has had a similar experience, I'd love to hear what you did to help the situation. And yeah, I'm open to ideas. I'm willing to hear whatever we can do. But that's it for now. Feeding a starving hive. Let's hope it works. Keep up. and I'll keep you updated. Bye.